Here we are once again with another card. Today it is the 10 of clubs. And the 10 of clubs is a special card because it is one of the 3 cards in the so-called crown line, as you can see next to the 8 of diamonds and the king of spades. Obviously, this 10 of clubs is the card of manifestation, 10 of knowledge, also called the teacher's card. And with its 2 cards on the crown line, the Mercury and the Venus card, it obviously displays an immense amount of power when it comes to the dissemination of knowledge. So we'll be looking into that and looking at the card sequence of this wonderful card and what it reveals, and enjoy and gain some insight into the 10 of clubs. If we look at the notes, gaze at the notes, well, not you, but me, that says that there's a deep-seated drive to share knowledge, organize ideas, and lead through clarity. A card of mental mastery, not just gathering information, but structuring it in ways that empower others. There's the teaching element. It carries the weight of responsibility, often being the one who brings direction to scattered thoughts, both their own and others. As we explore the planetary cards in this person's spread, we gain a fuller picture of how their mental gifts translate into practical, spiritual, and emotional growth. Right, and that starts with their Mercury card straight away, because here we have the Sun card, the 8 of diamonds in Mercury. 8 of diamonds at the top of the Jupiter column, the card of financial and values power, but also the card of self-sufficiency, because all 8s have to learn to become self-sufficient, because otherwise they are prone to abusing their power in the respective suits for manipulative purposes. And that's not what you want. And because it's the Mercury card to the 10 of clubs, here we've got a mind that is incredibly strong. They know what they want. And if played on the high side, they have tremendous power in terms of values and financial power. So they think in terms of values and in terms of how they can turn those values into hard effing cash. That's it. Those people are not born to live small lives. They go big. And the 8 of diamonds gives us here, with the thought of the planet of thought and communication in Mercury, a card of focused value and intense drive towards material mastery. Mastery may be a strong word, because the 8 is more about power, not so much about mastery. King of diamonds is about mastery, but the power to actually make things happen. So their mind is geared towards power, towards reliability, dependability, really sort of gunning for it and not waiting for things to happen, but sort of they are taking the initiative. This pairing suggests the mind that is laser sharp when it comes to finances, priorities, and knowing what's truly worth one's time. The 10 of clubs already possesses a natural desire to teach and structure. The 8 of diamonds adds determination and stamina. This person doesn't just think clearly, they think with purpose, and they speak in a way that moves others towards tangible results, because it's Mercury, because it's communication, and because of their strength in that position and under that planet. In terms of communication, they move others towards tangible results, because 8 is like, coming before the 9, complete it, come on, go for it, go for it, go for it, go for it. We want results, we want results, we want results. And that can be a little too forceful at times. So the 8 of diamonds in Mercury for the 10 of clubs has to learn to moderate itself and to establish for itself a strong base for value, so that the domination or the power doesn't go overtly external towards other people who cannot handle that. Remember, crown line, a lot of power. Apparently, the cards in the crown line, they are not fixed in the planetary sequence. They can choose. That's what the books say. They can choose in which direction sort of they want to go and how they want to play their cards. They have free choice. That's the privilege of being one of the 3 cards in the crown line. So, the 10 of clubs can decide how they want to play their cards because they've got that power. It's not easy for them in relationships. And because here we find the King of Spades. And the King of Spades, Spades last suit, King highest card in the spade suit, solar value of 52, the last card of the deck. If you have your deck of cards, in your mundane spread on the top, you've got the 3 of hearts. At the bottom, you've got the King of Spades. So it's the last card. Also, the last card, obviously, in the natural spread, spiritual spread. And that can be to the disadvantage of the 10 of clubs when it comes to relationships, because they've got very high ideals. They know what they want. They don't really want to move. They can be a little bit too masculine, especially the women, a bit too forceful, and have, because of their high ideals, find it difficult to find a mate that they can meet at eye level. Here it says that in Venus, the realm of relationships and harmony, we've got the King of Spades, obviously highest card, profound card, love languages, mastery, integrity, and silent strength. In love and friendship, this person brings presence and wisdom, though they may not always express affection conventional ways. There's seriousness in how they bond, no room for games. They thrive on mental connection, and that adds emotional depth and a high standard for mutual respect, because it's king level. So they need to respect the other person. How can they respect the other person? Only if that other person holds their own weight and are as ambitious and driven as the 10 of clubs. Otherwise, mismatch, and then ciao, ciao, cacao. And the King of Spades also has, in Venus, has absolutely no qualms about cutting people off. That doesn't work. Bye-bye. Ciao. Go. Because it's a king. They don't play around. You earn your respect in relationships, and if you don't, then it's hasta la vista. Then you can go and just move on, which is fine. And that is amplified now if we look at the Mars card, because here we find the first card of the Mercury line, double Mercury. It's the 3 of hearts and Mars, a dynamic, expressive quality, and a card of romantic exploration and emotional choice. So, they are driven, Mars, by emotional variety. May not make it easy to stay with one person, because their mind is value driven. 8 of diamonds, right? And with that strong King of Spades in Venus, now comes the emotional exploration under Mars. So they take initiative to create emotional variety. And if that person they are with doesn't provide this emotional variety, then once again, you've had your chance, you didn't take it, and it's off you go. Here, the 10 of clubs learns that action often brings uncertainty, especially in matters of the heart, where there can be a worry of not getting enough love, because they're so driven in dissemination of knowledge and really going for it and making things happen, that the relationship side takes a backseat. It can create an internal conflict between wanting clarity and living through messy human emotion. Mars brings heat, and the 3 of hearts doesn't like to be boxed in. There may be restlessness in their relationships or an ongoing dance between commitment and freedom. But this friction is key to their growth. So one thing is growing and the other thing is being, because Mars brings in that dynamic energy, and the other one is actually being happy, being content in your relationship. So the 10 of clubs has to find someone with whom they can have variety, because under Mars, it's that quite aggressive energy. So they need people that they can explore life together on an emotional level, grow, which is what the 3 is all about. And if they can't, either they are frustrated in that department, worrying about not getting enough. And if that's the case, then the person they're with, if they are with one person, they once again get shown the door. Doesn't make it easier, when we come to Jupiter, because here we find an Ace of Clubs. So, Jupiter is about growth, is about expansion. After the successful interaction of Venus and Mars, Jupiter grows. Here we find the Ace of Clubs. What's the Ace of Clubs about? Desire for knowledge. And as we go through the subsequent cards, we find more clubs. So we have a 10 of clubs here. We have an Ace of Clubs in Jupiter. We have a Queen of Clubs in Saturn. And then we have 5 of clubs in Neptune. So we have a card that is quite self-centered because it knows what it wants, makes it difficult, obviously, with others. And we have a card, we have all the 3 very self-centered numbers, the 10s, the ace, and the 5 in their life sequence. There's a finger that reminds the 10 of clubs to, it's not all about you. It's not all about what you want and how you want it. Yes, to an extent, you can drive that point home. It's fine. But when it comes to relationships, there's always an element of compromise there. There's always an element of step back, let the other person shine, understand that the other person may not be at your level, maybe not be a crown card. And then you have to decide whether you can live with it. And if not, rather cut it and move on, then sort of become frustrated and maybe become unfaithful. 3 of Hearts in Mars. Once again here, the finger. With the Ace of Clubs in Jupiter, the planet of expansion and blessing, there's a deep hunger for truth and learning. That's what the Ace of Clubs is. I want to know. I desire knowledge. I desire communication. I initiate it. So here we've got that Jupiter energy that says, you grow by taking initiative, which obviously reinforces the 10, because the 10 is actually sort of the not the higher octave, but the next level of the ace. Aces and 10s are very similar, and the 5 is sitting sort of halfway in between. So all 10s have ace energy, so that Ace of Clubs in Jupiter is very familiar to the 10 of Clubs. The 10 of Clubs, already oriented towards knowledge, finds reinforcement here, but on a philosophical or even spiritual level. This card invites them to be lifelong students and teachers. It blesses them with curiosity that never runs dry. When they follow that thread of reading, writing, seeking, the universe opens doors. What does it mean, the universe opens doors? It rewards them with more knowledge, more knowledge, more knowledge, more knowledge. And that they should technically, with that King of Spades in Venus, apply on a royal, regal, higher level of consciousness level, but moderated, not extreme, not too rigid. King of Spades in Venus. So, their life expands as they learn, as they accumulate knowledge, as they share it. That's where that comes into effect as well, because what's the point of initiating something if you don't do it for other people? Because you do it for other people in order to reclaim, regain, be rewarded, so that you get something back. And here, that is a reminder, don't do it for selfish purposes, because then you're going to put yourself at a disadvantage compared to how it could be. Do it for others, share that knowledge. Also, that's where the Teacher's card, 10 of Clubs, which is the birth card here, comes in. Then Saturn brings us another Clubs card. So we've got a Clubs birth card and 1, 2, 3 Clubs card of the sequence of 7 from Mercury to Neptune. So very knowledge driven, very much communications driven. Saturn brings structure, and with the Queen of Clubs here, the challenge is one of wisdom applied. Because Saturn wants things done, because it needs to bake them in and put them into order and structure and to form, because it likes that, because that's what we need, because then we rely on those structures that we have created. And those structures that we have created then allow us to move on to other things and grow accordingly. And we always do this. We park things, we rely on them, and our reliance on them means that sort of our mind can then move towards other things. If we can't rely on those things, our mind is constantly occupied with those things. And that's where Saturn plays an important role. And here it's the teacher's card also there, because in Saturn, that's where we often find ourselves professionally. And the Queen of Clubs says, be in service, Queen with knowledge clubs. The Queen has vision, but she's also has duty. She must carry what she knows with grace, not arrogance. For the Ten of Clubs, this is a call to step into mentorship roles without overthinking, over-controlling. See, that's where the teacher comes in, the manifestation of knowledge. And where do they have to learn the most? In Saturn, what does it mean? Queen of Clubs, be in service with knowledge, help other people shine. Because Queen of Clubs has the 10 of Diamonds as second karma card. So they get supportive energy from the manifestation of values. So all our wealth comes from disseminating knowledge, helping other people rise, helping other people become knowledgeable, become competent. That's what our life should be about. But we've gotten it backwards, where we put the manifestation of values at the center of our creation, of our life, understanding that that is only an effect. It's not the cause. The cause should be service-oriented, knowledge-oriented. Saturn tests whether they can nurture ideas in others, not just manage them. And can they embody emotional intelligence alongside intellectual strength? That's the question for that Queen of Clubs in Saturn. We are moving on to Jupiter, and under Uranus. Under Uranus, we find the 10 of Spades, another strong card, 10 birth card, 10. Another self-centered card. Once again, brings disruption and innovation, Uranus, friendship, technology, sudden changes, all those things. Real estate, and I mean, they are very good. 10 of Clubs are the teacher's card, but they're very good in real estate because of the King of Spades in Venus and the 10 of Spades in Uranus. Uranus is the card, it's Earth. That is real estate. It's the solid stuff. King of Spades is the mastery of that under Venus, which is also about people, other people, not just intimate relationships, but also about money. And here, very strong influence. So if they go into real estate, they'll be very, very good. And I do know, too, in fact, that are 10 of Clubs that are occupied with or busy in real estate. The card of powerful work ethic lands here. Unexpected breakthroughs are likely in career, health, or life direction. That's Spades. There may be times when the 10 of Clubs feels overwhelmed by the sheer scope of responsibility, but this Uranian placement shows that breakthroughs happen when they embrace endurance without rigidity. 10s can be rigid. 8s can be rigid, but 10s even more so, because they are like I know it. I've gone through the entire sequence. Now it's about manifestation. I'm not allowing anyone to sway me or steer me off course. The change they seek is on the other side of sustained effort, the kind they are built for. So a very strong element here under Uranus. But Uranus likes to break things up, and that's why it says, without rigidity, stay open, because the 10 of Spades is the workaholic card. So they can make things happen, especially when it comes to other people, when it comes to, products of the earth, once again, real estate, those things. So very strong influence also over other people under Uranus. Unexpected breakthroughs are likely in career, health, or life direction. I think they have a rather stable life path, and with that strong influence under Uranus, Uranus will have difficulty breaking up a 10s card with another 10 here in that position. That brings us to Neptune. I already mentioned that earlier on. We've got the 5 of Clubs here under Neptune. In its foggy waters, here we've got the Seeker and the Mental Wanderer. Very unstable card, by definition, very good from an evolutionary point of view. And under Neptune, what is Neptune? Neptune is the planet of water. It's the expanses, and that is 5 of Clubs territory. So the 10 of Clubs finds under Neptune an immensely expansive, seeking mind. Because that's what the 5 of Clubs is there for, because they are seeking knowledge. That is what that card stands for. And here it's in a position where it's about go wild, go wide, go deep, go far away, go to faraway places, find more knowledge, and bring that back once again and distill this under the Queen of Clubs and Saturn, sort of pass it on to other people. And that satisfies the Ten of Clubs birth card, the Ace of Clubs in Jupiter, the King of Spades in Venus, even the Eight of Diamonds in Mercury. But sort of as they go, it's always tricky, that Three of Hearts in Mars occasionally throws them curveballs when it comes to relationships because of that immense power, that immense drive that they're displaying in this world. This placement softens the Ten of Clubs' usual focus because they're very focused with the 10 and the 10 of Spades, then in 10 of Clubs and 10 of Spades, and then in Uranus. But the 5 goes, they go like this. 10 goes like dung, 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 and the 5 goes like wild. It's like an unbound card. But it softens that rigidity that the 10 usually brings with, introducing a more mystical approach to ideas. Mystical approach, Neptune, ideas, 5 of Clubs. There's value in uncertainty here, in letting go of the need for answers. This person may dream of far-off places, alternative philosophies, or new systems of thought. Their mental evolution lies in opening up to new belief systems, not clinging to the ones they already master. So, that constant drive to expand. And it's so tempting once you've acquired a certain set of knowledge to rest on it. But here under that 5 of Clubs in Neptune, the 10 of Clubs gets like prod, like, so keep going, keep searching, stay open, because it's so risky to rest on that power that you have accumulated and that you hold. But that can become too rigid, and then it can actually turn against you. So therefore, 5 of Clubs in Neptune, stay open, stay curious, and really travel and accumulate more knowledge. And as you come home, you share this, and that sharing of knowledge you don't do for nothing. You actually gain value from that, because remember, Queen of Clubs in Saturn with that 10 of Diamonds second karma card. So the manifestation of values, the financial values are coming through disseminating knowledge, serving people with knowledge, understanding. And if the 10 of Clubs does that, then its life will lack absolutely nothing, except for some challenges in the relationship department. Talking of challenges, we had the red 3, the 3 of Hearts in Mars, and under Pluto we find a 3 of Diamonds, another red 3. Cards represents conflict in values, choices around money, or expression of work. For 10 of Clubs, Pluto brings intense inner questioning. What am I really doing this for? It pushes them to move beyond safe intellectual structures and into soul-aligned productivity. True transformation lies not in controlling thought, but in aligning it with purpose. Because their lifelong transformation is about opening up, finding variety in values. And obviously, values are the end result of expansion of mind, of mental processes, because the Clubs season is summer and the Diamond season is autumn. So here we grow and there we reap, we harvest. So they go hand in hand. So here it is a reminder for that 10 of Clubs to stay open and also not to worry about the stuff. Everything is being catered for, especially for the 10 of Clubs, with those strong cards. So they don't have to worry about not having enough money. All they have to do is use their power and at the same time stay open with a focus on others and not themselves. Remember, 10s, 5s, aces. We've got a 10 of Clubs, we've got an Ace of Clubs, we've got a 10 of Spades, we've got a 5 of Clubs. We have very strong cards that are very self-centered. And here's a reminder for the 10 of Clubs to include others. And because the value that you want at the end of the day, that value always comes from other people. Where else from? So the 10 of Clubs lives between mental command and spiritual calling with cards like the Ace of Diamonds and the Ace of Clubs. Clarity is unmatched, yet Neptune and Pluto remind them not all truth can be learned. Some of it must be lived. Their life is a journey of turning knowledge into wisdom and responsibility into legacy. Oh, it's a nice mouthful. Turning knowledge into wisdom and responsibility into legacy. So they come a very strong start, very strong early years. Then between 26 and 39, Mars may shape them in a particular way, and once again challenge them in terms of relationships. But if you look at all the other cards, you understand why they are so challenged in the relationship department, because they display such tremendous power and drive and determination and stamina that it's very difficult for other people to keep up. So unless the Ten of Clubs steps back, understands that it has all that power, all that manifestation power, and opens up to other people, they may set themselves up for disappointment. Or they find someone who's at the same level, but someone at the same level will have the same challenges. There's always, you win some, you lose some. And if you win in the department of values and materialism, then you may lose some in the department of relationships. Because as you pursue one, the other often gets compromised because they have, juxtaposed contrarian qualities. And the art is to bring those two into alignment. And that is only done via a higher level of consciousness. You don't just do it with the tools you get given in school or after that. Here you need to comprehend, you need to understand, and you also need to understand your own strength, your own power, in order to find a balance. And power, the opposite, is always not disempowered or powerless, but like stepping back, letting other people come to the fore, integrating them into your life so that you are also not just powerful, but that you're also happy and content in your life. And that brings to an end our extended interpretation of the Ten of Clubs. Obviously, there's a lot more that can be said for this card, but I think you've got an idea how powerful this card truly is. More about that and its life path you'll find, as always, in the Sacred Symbols app. If you like this video, please leave a like. Please feel free to subscribe and ring the bell so that you get alerted every time a new video comes out. We are not nearing the end, but sort of we are like almost halftime here with the Ten of Clubs. As a time of recording this on August 4th, I've already lined up the shorts and the podcast versions until the Five of Diamonds. So we are well into the second last quarter, past halftime here. The long format is lagging a little, but it takes a little longer to record this, edit this, and put this online if you have a family and if you value your weekends like I do. Never mind. That is it. Thank you very much for paying attention. Once again, almost like half an hour and of interpretation. A lot to digest. So take your time, watch it again, share it with friends. That is the best you can do. And then just sort of, as if you are a Ten of Clubs, understand there's power, but there are also challenges. Step back, bring balance into your life, and then you can make the best use of the power that you've got. See you on the Jack of Clubs, my favorite card because it's my planetary ruler. Until then, bye-bye.